Hello, everyone. Welcome to day 1 of my 12-part series called Yoga and Breathing for Wellbeing. So honored to have you here. So the way it'll work is each day we will do a breathing exercise or a breathwork technique right in the beginning, and then we will go right into a yoga flow. I hope you enjoy. All right, so the first breathing technique that we are going to do has a really technical name of 4-7-8. So the idea of it is that you're inhaling through your nose for a count of 4 seconds, retaining the breath, holding the breath for 7 seconds, and then slowly exhaling again through the nose for 8 seconds. And feel free to customize these lengths if your lungs are calling for something different, but just ensure that the exhale is longer than the inhale. That is the point of this one. And I suggest that you sit up on a block or a pillow or a blanket or something, just so it's a little more comfortable to sit for more than just a minute. So the first few rounds, I'll go ahead and I'll count for you, and then I will leave it up to you and we'll do it together on our own. So go ahead and take a nice clearing breath, settle in. Feel free to pause the video if you have to go get a block or a pillow to sit on, and meet us back here. All right, so after your clearing breath, go ahead and inhale through your nose for a count of 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale through the nose. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more guided round. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And if you haven't already, feel free to close your eyes, and let's continue for a few more rounds together on our own. And as you're doing your breathing, just take a moment to tune in and see if your shoulders have crept up towards your ears. Go ahead and bring them down flat on your back. Elongate your spine. Sit up tall and straight with some integrity. 3 more rounds. Excellent. I'm hoping and guessing that you're feeling a little more calm, a little more in the moment, and that is the whole point of this breath technique. Feel free to do this at any time when you need to bring yourself back into you rather than being so focused on the exterior, or when you're feeling a little anxious and you need to relax a little bit. What this breath technique does is it turns on your parasympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for rest, relaxation, healing, rejuvenation. Super good stuff. So let's go ahead and get into the flow. If you're sitting on something, go ahead and remove it and put it off to the side. Not going to need it for this flow. Very calming flow to match our very calming breaths. So go ahead and lie flat on your back. All right, go ahead and make sure your shoulder blades are flat on the ground. Wonderful. And then from here, go ahead and bring one leg in the air and then the other. Feel free to keep a slight bend in the knees if you're a little tight in the hamstrings. And from here, do what your body's calling for, maybe doing some ankle circles or flexing and spreading out the toes always feels nice too, especially if you stand a lot. Pointing and flexing one foot and then the other. Excellent. One more round of deep breath here. Getting that blood back up the legs. We are so used to standing, our blood just goes down. It's so nice to give it an eased ride back up to our heart. All right, go ahead and lower your left foot onto the floor, and then take your right knee in towards your chest. From here, you can keep your left leg bent, or you can extend your left leg out long, and then just breathe into your belly. Keep both feet flexed. Shoulder blades still on the ground. And just tune in. Perhaps even close your eyes. One more long, slow breath here. Feel free to bring your right knee over towards the right side of your body, towards your right armpit there. And then go ahead and bring your knee back into the center if you moved it over, and then bring your left knee back up towards the sky, bending that leg. And then take the outside of your right ankle right below your left knee, and then bring your left leg in towards your chest for a lying pigeon pose. Feeling so good. You can either clasp your left shin, or you can clasp the behind of your left thigh, behind your left thigh. Breathing deeply, staying in that calm and relaxed state of mind and state of being that you cultivated with your breath practice. One more breath here. Lower your left foot back down onto the ground, and then allow your right foot to join. Now we're going to bring the left leg in towards the chest, and feel free to extend the right leg out long. Again, flexing both feet, sending the breath down into the stomach. Perhaps even bringing that left knee over towards the left armpit. Opening up in the hips a little more. One last breath here. And then bring that knee in towards center again. And the right knee. And then take the outside of the left ankle below the right knee and bring that right leg in. Feel that stretch in the outer left hip. It feels so good. last breath here. Lowering the right foot back down onto the ground, uncrossing the ankle, and then this time bring both knees in towards the chest. Feel free to bring the knees over towards the side of the body, kind of for like an easy happy baby pose. You could always go into full happy baby by grabbing the outsides of your feet or hooking your index and middle finger around your toes, but my body's calling for the easy version today. Feel free to incorporate a few rocks back and forth, massaging that low back. Wonderful breaths. Wonderful. All right, plant your feet back onto the ground, roll over onto one side, use your arm strength, push yourself up and come to seated. We're not staying here though, so from seated, go ahead and scoot back perhaps on your mat, come onto all fours, table position, and then bring your knees as wide as your mat, and then your toes to touch, and send your seat back towards your heels. If your seat does not touch your heels, perfectly fine. You'll get there with practice. And this is a good place to use the block actually. If your glutes, let's just say it, don't touch your heel, you could always put it in between for a little more relaxation in this pose. Go ahead and enjoy your extended child's pose. Perhaps put a little pressure into the hands, push them into the floor just a tiny bit, just to activate the upper body a bit, to get a stretch there as well as the inner thighs. And then go ahead and prop up onto the fingertips, making this little teepee shape with your hands, and walk your hands over towards the right and come back down. Stretching the whole left side of your body. Keep your left glute reaching towards your left heel though. One last breath here. Prop your fingers back up onto the tips of your prop yourself back up onto the tips of your fingers and walk over towards the left. Plant your hands, bow back down. Feel that beautiful stretch in the right side of your body. Allow your breath to naturally expand your rib cage, which then stretches the right side of your body a little more. Last breath here. Walk your hands back towards center. We'll come back into that tabletop position. And then from here, with your right foot flexed, send your right heel towards the wall behind you so that your leg is straight. Excellent. Hold here for just a moment. Activate that glute muscle. Activate your legs. Wiggle your toes. And then from here, bring your right knee in towards your chest and step your right foot in between your hands. Let's leave the left knee lowered for now, but make sure your left heel is in line with your left knee, yeah? And then take your left hand right next to your right foot and take your right hand all the way up towards the ceiling for a little twist. Breathe, breathe, breathe. That right knee stacked over the right ankle, the right heel. Wonderful. And then if you're feeling it today, go ahead and bring your right hand back to frame your right foot, curl your back toes under, and lift that back knee. Hold for just a moment, and then step that left foot up to meet the right in a little forward fold. Feel free to keep a nice bend in the knees. Sway side to side for a moment. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, core engaged, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, fold, and then ground into your feet. Engage your core, arms out to the side and up. Reach all the way over the head. Hold here for a moment. Bring your hands down to meet in front of your hearts. Excellent. From here, I'm going to turn to face you so you can see what I'm doing. From here, let's go ahead and shift our weight into our left foot and come up onto the tippy toes of our right foot. So maybe I'll come at a little angle. There you go. From here, really ground down into that left foot and make that left leg strong. Bring your right knee up, parallel to the ground. Flex that right foot. Great. Wonderful job. Some days my balance is better than others, so if you find yourself struggling to find your balance, perfectly fine. From here, engage that core, arms out to the side, and then feel free to bring your left arm forward, your right arm back, so you're kind of creating a twist here. And then feel free, if your balance is in check today, to even look over towards the right. Hold for a moment more. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, lower that right leg back down. Meet you back at the front of our mat here. Fold over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands and step your feet back. Lower the knees. We'll meet back in that tabletop position that we started that little flow in. So we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Go ahead and send your left heel towards the back wall. Hold for a moment and engage. Core, glute, legs, feet, so much going on in this simple pose. And then bring your left knee in towards your chest. Hold for a second and then plant your left foot in between your hands. Make sure your right foot, your right heel is in line with your right knee. Take your right hand on the inside of your left foot and your left hand up towards the sky. Feel free to keep your gaze wherever is comfortable for you and your neck. You can look down, you can look to the side, you can look up towards the sky. Just breathe. Bring that left hand down now to frame the foot. Curl the back toes under, lift that back knee, hold for just a moment. Excellent. Take that right foot up to meet the left, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Hold here for just a moment and let's check in. What are you doing? Engage the core. Shoulder blades flat on the back. Shoulders away from the ears. And remember that the neck is a nice extension of the spine. You're not looking towards your thighs here. Perfect. Exhale, fold. Inhale, ground down to rise up, to stand. Excellent. Hands at the heart. Same thing on the other side. So we're going to ground down into that right foot, make the right leg really strong, come up onto the tippy toes of the left foot, and then bring that left knee up to be in line with your hip. Left thigh parallel to the ground, flex the left foot, perhaps even bring the toes towards your face. Don't really know how to say that in any technical term, but hold here for just a moment. And then inhale, take your arms out wide. Beautiful. Take up space. And then bring your right arm forward and perhaps your left arm back to create a little twist here. Look over towards the left. Or keep your gaze forward, whatever helps you. Inhale back. And lower that left leg. From here, we're just going to stay standing, and then we're going to go into one of our last poses of this sequence. I, again, am going to turn to face you. From here, just like we did before with the whole balancing thing, come up onto the tippy toes of your right foot, ground that left leg down into the ground, bring your right knee up to be parallel, engage the core to hold it there. Excellent. From here, keep your left hand at the center of your chest, take your right hand to grab your right ankle and bring the bottom of your right foot to the inside of your left thigh, or the inside of your left calf, or you can keep your toes in the ground and your heel connects to your ankle. Never, though, put your foot on your knee. Your knee does not bend that way. It only goes forward and back. So you find your variation that works for you today. Engage that right glute to really take that right knee towards the back wall and hold. Feel free to grow your tree if it is in your practice today. Again, some days are better than others. Sometimes one side is easier to balance than the other side. Perfectly fine. No judgments here. One more breath. Wonderful. And now let's do that same thing on the other side. So go ahead and lower that right leg. Shift your weight over to the right leg. Make that right leg very strong. And bring your left knee up. The bottom of your left foot now to the inside of your right thigh, inside of your right calf, or on the ground. Engage the core, engage the outer left glutes, and smile. Bring your arms out and up to grow your tree if it's in your practice. It also helps to look at something that's not moving when you're doing balancing poses. Feel strong because you are. One more breath. Beautiful. Hands back to center. Lower that left leg. And there we are. If your body is calling for a little more rest and relaxation, please end this practice lying down on the floor just as we began. But either way, I'll leave you here. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day, and thank you for joining me for day 1. Thank you so much for joining me for day 1 of this 12-day series. I would love to see you at day 2. Check the description down below for the link to that video. And also, there'll be a link down there for our Yoga Plus app that has some exclusive content that is not shared on YouTube, and we'd love to see you there as well. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.
Welcome to Yoga Plus. Courses available from pupil to yogi. Sort by yoga, fitness, and instructors. Create your own routines. Access the pose library. Yoga Plus by PsycheTruth, available on Google Play and the App Store.
Join us for 14 and 30-day programs, hour-long classes, and much more on our yoga app, Yoga Plus by PsycheTruth. It's free to download and features a variety of wellness content, including yoga, fitness, Pilates, guided meditations, and interviews with dozens of wellness experts.